Good morning, everyone. My name is Tammy Sadler-Jones. I'm the City Administrator, and I would like to call to order the License and Variance Board meeting for Wednesday, December the 11th, 2019. Board members present, Frank Martin is our Public Works Director, and Mary Moore is our Library Director. Mary Arvin will be taking the official meeting minutes. First item is a public hearing, variance request V19059, allow additional accessory structure in rear yard, land lot 450-2904 La Vista Place. Brian D. Vargo is the applicant. Please step to the podium, please. And for the record, can you state your name?
Yes, good morning, Brian Vargo.
Okay, all right, Mr. Vargo. Can you tell us about your first variance request?
Yes, the first variance request is for a additional accessory structure to build a treehouse playhouse for my children. It's one I had promised.
Can you speak into the mic a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know if you caught all that. The first variance request is for an additional accessory structure for the rear yard for a treehouse / playhouse. Okay. It's an elevated playhouse. We don't have trees quite mature enough to sustain the safety and a safe structure for my children. But it's a structure I had promised my kids a few years ago. We're fairly new to this portion of Smyrna. So when we moved, I said, let's make it happen. So the kids, the neighborhood, they've all gotten behind it, and we've been building it, and everybody's excited. So that is the first variance.
Okay,
for an additional structure.
Any questions for the applicant? Well, at this time, we'll have Caitlin Crow with Community Development make comments. You can actually just have a seat on the front row, please.
Good morning. Caitlin Crow, Planner 1, Community Development. I am actually going to go ahead and talk about both variances together so that you have the full picture. So the first variance is V19-059 to allow for the additional accessory structure in the rear yard. And also the second one is V19-066 to allow for the side setback reduction from 10 feet to 4 feet for this accessory structure. So the subject property is about 0.42 acre lot at the intersection of La Vista Place and Stevens Street. The applicant is proposing to build a treehouse that is mostly finished there now. It's about 144 square feet. So the subject property does already have two other accessory structures. There is a small 48 square foot shed and then a 36 square foot chicken coop that are existing. Section 501 of the zoning ordinance does limit accessory structures to one per lot, but with two young children, the applicant is looking to have a suitable play area in the rear yard, which the shed and chicken coop really don't provide for them. The applicant is also proposing that the new treehouse be in the rear corner of the lot. It is approximately 4 feet from the side of the property line, and this is just to keep it a little bit more safe and far away from the street, again, for the children's safety. So the R15 requirements do limit it to 10. However, again, for safety, moving it to that corner is preferable. So the treehouse location is currently located in the floodplain. However, the city engineer has gone out and inspected the property and has determined that the impact would be minimal. However, he did add a couple stipulations to the variance, which I'll say at the end, to keep that impact minimal. So it has been properly posted, and there were no site distance issues. So after reviewing the variance application, staff does support and requests and recommends approval to allow an additional accessory structure and to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 4 feet with the following conditions. First, approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plans submitted with the variance application. 2, there shall be no storage underneath the treehouse. And 3, the ground beneath the treehouse shall remain in a vegetative state. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the staff?
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please, for the first variance request.
Make a motion to approve variance 19059, allow additional accessory structure in rear yard, land lot 450, 2904 La Vista Place.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded that we approve variance request V19. Vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing. 6.6, allow side setback reduction from 10 feet to 4 feet for accessory structure, land lot 450, 2904 La Vista Place. Brian Vargo is the applicant. Mr. Vargo, do you have any other comments about your second variance request?
No, just as Ms. Crow stated, having in the rear corner portion of the yard provides a little more safety and security for the children to be away from the street. It is elevated, and therefore I plan to do everything I can within the floodplain. I plan to do everything I can to keep it vegetated, and no storage will be underneath.
Okay, all right.
So that is my intent.
And there were 4 conditions stated by Ms. Crow. Do you accept those 4 conditions?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Any questions? Ms. Crow, do you have any other comments about the second variance request?
No, but I do want to clarify there were 3 conditions.
3 conditions, pardon me. Okay, I'm sorry.
But no further comments.
Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. All right. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve V19-066, allow side setback reduction from 10 feet to 4 feet for accessory structure, land lot 450, 2904 La Vista Place, Brian D. Vargo applicant.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. 066. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item, thank you so much. V19060, allow reduction in the front setback from 35 feet to 20 feet, land lot 449, 2749 Fraser Street. Margaret C. Shannon is the applicant. Good morning.
Good morning.
For the record, can you state your name?
Margaret Carr Shannon.
Okay, and can you tell us about your variance request, please?
My client is just trying to redo his front entryway. So it's going to look very similar to some of the neighbors. And in order to do it, we need to reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 20, or is it 30 to 20? It's actually grandfathered claused in right now. The front stoop is already in the setback due to the house being built prior to the zoning.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Shannon? All right. Ms. Crow, will you give your comments, please?
All right. Again, good morning. Caitlin Crow, Planner 1. So this variance is V19-060 to allow a reduction in the front setback from 35 feet to 20 feet. The subject property is about 0.41 acres on the east side of Fraser Street. The applicant is proposing to construct a brand new porch to make it a little bit more usable. It's going to have a gabled roof on top. And the existing front porch will be demolished to be expanded into this new porch. The home, as Ms. Shannon said, is currently non-conforming, so the front setback is already being encroached. It's the porch is currently sitting only 28.6 feet from the front property line. The applicant proposes the new porch will be 20 feet from this front property line and will encroach by about 15 feet. Therefore, the variance is to reduce that front setback from 35 to 20 feet. Similar variance requests have been approved in the past that are similar. 2759 Fraser Street, just next door, was approved for almost the same thing back in 2013. And then just recently this year, 2790 Fraser Street was also approved for a similar variance. So this property has also been posted with no site distance issues. And after reviewing the variance application, staff does support and requests, or it recommends approval to allow a reduction of the front setback from 35 feet to 20 feet with the following condition. Approval of the requested variance shall be conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for the staff?
Thank you.
All right, this is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion to approve V19-060, allow reduction of the front setback from 35 feet to 20 feet, land lot 449, 2749 Fraser Street.
Second.
Okay. And Ms. Shannon, do you accept?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. It has been motioned and properly seconded that we approve variance request V19060. All in favor, please vote. Did I do the second? Frank, you second it. Okay. All right. All right. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is a 061. Allow 6-foot wooden privacy fence in front yard on a corner lot, land lot 527, 3623, King Springs Road. Adam Smith is the applicant. Good morning.
Good morning.
And for the record, can you please state your name?
Yes, it's Adam Smith.
Okay. And Mr. Smith, can you tell us about your variance request, please?
Yes, so they're building new construction all around our house, and we're on a corner lot. And I have a 15-month-old son, and so he could play in the backyard. I built a 6-foot privacy fence, not knowing that I had 2 front yards. So I built a privacy fence in my backyard, thinking it was my backyard, but it turns out corner lot, that's also a front. So the fence is in place currently, but within our property line, and it is far enough away from the intersection of the corner where it doesn't block any visibility. It does not go past the front of our house.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? Yeah. Okay. Ms. Crow, staff comments, please.
All right, Caitlin Crow, Planner 1. So this variance is V19-061 to allow a 6-foot wooden privacy fence in the front yard on a corner lot. The subject property is 0.58 acres. It is a corner lot located south of the intersection of Hayes Drive and King Springs Road. So the applicant is looking to fully enclose his rear yard for safety and security. So due to the property having road frontages on 2 sides, both sides are considered front lots due to Section 501, and it does restrict the height of fences within a front yard to 4 feet. However, as we know, King Springs Road and both Hayes Drive are fairly busy roads, so the applicant is looking to create a safe space for his family. So it has been properly posted, and the city engineer did go out to find that there were no site distance issues on the property. So after reviewing this application, staff does support and recommend approval to allow a 6-foot wooden privacy fence in the front yard on a corner lot. Okay. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Any questions for the staff? All right. And just want to make sure. Did you say, were there any conditions? No conditions. Okay. All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
I move to approve V19-061, allow 6-foot wooden privacy fence in front yard on a corner lot, land lot 527, 3623 King Springs Road, Adam Smith applicant.
I second.
It's been motioned and properly 9061. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Request V19062, allow 4-foot encroachment into sewer easement at rear of home, land lot 415, 776 Pine Hill Drive, Emily and Sean Simons? Simons, pardon me. Can you, well, for the record, can you state your name, please?
Emily Simons.
Okay, thank you. And can you tell us about your variance request, please?
Yes, we are looking to do an addition onto the back of our house. There is a slope to our house, so it's one story in the front, but you drive down the driveway around the back, and there's a shallow basement. We are looking to add on a garage with a master suite on top of it. And in order to have enough space to do that, we need to go into the easement 4 feet. And we have plans to use helical piers to relieve any load bearing on the ground around the pipe, as well as extend the easement onto the other side. So in the case of needing to work on the pipe, there would be plenty of room to place displaced dirt or machinery or any of those things.
Any questions for the applicant?
You have several stipulations on this applicant. Do you agree to all these stipulations?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you can have a seat right there on the front row, and Caitlin Crow will give comments. Pardon me.
All right, again, Caitlin Crow, Planner 1. So Ms. Simons did a good kind of coverage of this variance. So this variance is V19-062 to allow that 4-foot encroachment into the sewer easement at the rear of the property. So this subject property is 0.53 acres. It is located at the termination of Hillside Road and Pine Hill Drive. So the applicant, as Ms. Simons said, is building a garage and master suite in the addition, or as an addition in the rear yard, which does create that encroachment into the easement. So the applicant has acknowledged the existence of the easement, has offered to submit a letter accepting full responsibility for repair and replacement costs if there are any maintenance or replacement plans that are required. So the applicant has also hired an engineer who has incorporated those helical piers into the design to help stabilize and strengthen the foundation and to keep it out of the zone of influence for this easement. So community development and the water sewer supervisor have reviewed this request and believe that the stipulations will alleviate any potential issues that may arise when any type of access to this easement is necessary. So should the board decide to approve the request, staff does recommend that the applicant be required to waive any indemnity rights to repair and replacement costs of the addition or any driveway into this easement. So this variance has been properly posted. Since it's in the rear yard, there were no site distance issues. And then after reviewing this variance application, staff does support and recommends approval to allow this 4-foot encroachment into the sewer easement at the rear of the home with the following stipulations. So number 1, approval is conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. Number 2, the foundation of the proposed addition shall be reviewed and approved by the Public Works Department prior to issuance of a building permit. Number 3, this variance is conditioned upon the property owner executing a modification to the existing 10-foot sanitary sewer easement on the property. This modification shall amend the dimensions of the easement to offset any area lost by this variance and shall include language indemnifying and holding the city harmless from any damage caused to the underlying property by the existing sewer line or any maintenance or modification thereof. And the last is number 4. The applicant shall provide a letter acknowledging condition number 3 that shall be provided to subsequent owners of this property. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions?
The addition, the houses in this neighborhood are zoned for what size house?
So this is R15, so they can be 2,000 square feet.
So the addition would stay within compliance for that?
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that is the minimum. So yes,
Okay.
it would be over that.
All right, great.
And for the applicants, do you accept the 4 conditions as stated?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time.
I just want to say I appreciate all the work that Caitlin and Russell have put on this. This has been, I'm sure, more than the average amount of work into this, so grateful for y'all's time.
Thank you for that. All right, seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve B19-062, allow 4-foot encroachment into sewer easement at rear home, land lot 415-776 Pine Hill Drive.
Second.
That we approve variance request V19062. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much. Next item is a 063. Reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 0 feet, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive, Bimbo QSR. Thank you. I was a little careful, like, is that what I was supposed, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, you're right. Actually not, but my name is Mark Johnston. I'm with Bimbo QSR.
Bimbo,
Yeah.
okay.
I would give just a quick background on where we are with this thing and kind of get you to why we're here today. I mean, when I come down from Ohio and I have to look at 3 variances, it's always like, yeah, this is always fun. So, Bimbo QSR, we are a bakery, the world's largest bakery, and we supply a lot of the QSR restaurants with buns. We use a frozen bun model, which is a little different than what everybody else does, coming 3, 4, 5 days a week. We come about every 2 weeks. There are bun freezers that we put on the lot. We deliver to a bun freezer. We come back about every 2 weeks and fill up the freezer again and move through the process that way. One of the concepts we do handle is Wendy's, which 2 doors down from this location, there is a Wendy's with an exterior bun freezer there as well. But we picked up the Checkers and Rallies nationally about 1.5 years ago, so we had to put 860 of these freezers on the ground across the United States. And we're finishing up. We have about 7 left to do in Georgia. We hired a company, Excel Project Management. They came in and started the project for us. Did a lot of construction prior to obtaining building permits, doing some things. They picked up electrical permits, got finals, did things, but didn't feel they needed a building permit, therefore didn't ask for one, which is causing us to be in this situation today. And we have since fired said company and hired a new contractor to come back and try and fix things where we can. And I know Caitlin's been very good working with Ashley on our end to try and do the best we can with the situation we're in. I stopped again this morning, and I was here about 2 years ago to evaluate the property, and I stopped this morning again, and where they've already poured the concrete, and did look, and looking at the variances, 10 feet to 0 feet with a setback is almost the only way this is going to work. Being in a side lot, there's no space in the rear of this lot to put a bun freezer. I mean, the property line is the property line. And then just the process itself, the land, there's just not space to put an 8x12 or 8x14 freezer unless we use a parking spot, which we do in a lot of locations we use a parking spot. Looking at that, I think they had 11 regular spots and 1 handicap spot, so I'm sure they're borderline with parking spaces as it is right now. So to take up another parking spot doesn't seem like a valid idea unless you're in favor of that. So that's kind of where I am with this. Any questions you have for me?
Any questions for the applicant? No. Okay. All right. I think you covered all 3 of them. Okay. All right, Caitlin, I'll let you follow and cover all 3.
Caitlin Crow, Planner 1. Yeah, this might be a little repetitive, but we'll make sure that you understand this variance in its full nature. So I am, again, going to cover all 3 of these in one go. So this variance is, or the first one is V19-063 to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 0 feet. The second one is V19-064 to allow a second accessory structure on the property. And number 3 is V19-065 to allow an accessory structure in the side yard. So this subject property is 0.42 acres. It is zoned general commercial and is located on the west side of South Cobb Drive at the intersection of South Cobb Drive and Windy Hill Road. So the applicant is looking to add a freestanding walk-in freezer for this Checkers restaurant near the drive-through location. So the proposed location of the freezer is on the side property line, so it's directly on it at the 0 feet. Which is limited. It's supposed to be 10 feet via Section 501, which also limits accessory structures to the rear yard only. So the subject property is actually a double frontage lot. Again, it fronts both on Windy Hill and South Cobb Drive. So the front yards create a little bit of a setback issue on the property. The majority of the subject parcel is occupied by the main Checkers building as well as the parking lot. This subject property is currently at their minimum parking requirements according to Section 906.18, which does indeed limit the locations available on the property. So since the walk-in freezer is a pedestrian use for the employees inside the building, there won't be any additional parking required for this variance if it's approved. So the existing accessory structure on the property is an existing non-conforming dumpster enclosure in the far southwest corner of the property. The enclosure is required per Section 86-34.1 of the Code of Ordinances. In the zoning ordinance, Section 501 does limit each property to 1 accessory structure per lot. So this severely limits the availability of any additional accessory structures for the property. So that being said, this property has been properly posted. Again, no site distance issues. So after reviewing the variance application, staff does support the requests and recommends approval to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 0 feet, allow a second accessory structure, and allow an accessory structure in the side yard with the following stipulation. Approval is conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the staff?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Mayor. Okay.
I had a follow-up question for the applicant. So you're not representing the Checkers, you're representing the bakery that's building the freezer.
We provide the freezers. As part of
Okay.
our program, we provide the freezers and all the construction and maintenance that goes along with that freezer.
Okay. Well, I did notice in the photographs where they've already poured the concrete pad, there's some existing shrubbery and foliage. Are they going to be able to maintain that to sort of mask the view of the freezer?
Yeah, I believe so. And if we need to, I'm looking at it this morning, I was kind of trying to decide if, especially on towards the front of the restaurant, if we could actually even plant additional taller shrubs possibly to kind of mask that view a little bit from the main road. And that's something we can do if necessary.
Okay, thank you.
And for the applicant, do you accept the one condition as stated?
Yes.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. If anyone has any comments about this issue, please step to the podium at this time. And seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion for the first variance request.
I move we approve V19-063, reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 0 feet, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive, Beambo, QSR applicant.
I second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. Variance request V19063. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public 064. Allow a second accessory structure, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive, Beambo, QSR. Any comments? Any additional comments? Okay, all right. Any questions? Okay. For the applicant, do you accept the one condition as stated for this item? Yes. Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion to approve V9064, allow second accessory structure, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. 064. All in favor, please vote. Okay, motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing. 65, allow accessory structure inside yard, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive, Beambo, QSR. Any questions? For the applicant, do you accept the one condition as stated? Okay. Ms. Crowe, any other comments? All right. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
I move we approve V19-065, allow accessory structure in side yard, land lot 346, 2410 South Cobb Drive, Beambo, QSR.
I second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. 065. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's Wednesday, and then since I came down from Ohio, and I do live outside of Columbus, Ohio. So
Go Buckeyes.
Okay, so I was going to say, I need to apologize and thank everybody. I said, if we did a better job but thank you for giving us Mr. Fields to get us to the
That's
class.
right. I'm a Buckeye. I went to Ohio State.
Okay, all right.
Next item is a public hearing, V19066, reduce parking for overall shopping center from 203 spaces to 200 spaces, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, Fiois, Ali, and this is withdrawn at the request of the applicant, and I hope I may have chopped up that name. Anyone here for that? This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion for withdrawal.
I make a motion to withdraw V19066, reduce parking for overall shopping center from 203 to 200 spaces, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded that we approve 9066 be withdrawn as requested by the applicant. All in favor, please vote. Public hearing V19067, reduce allowable commercial parcel size from 1 acre to 0.63 acre, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, withdrawn at the request of the applicant. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion to withdraw variance request V19067.
I move we withdraw V19-067, reduce allowable commercial parcel size from 1 acre to 0.63 acre, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, Feroz Ali, applicant.
I second.
All in favor? It has been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V1, the withdrawal of variance request V19067. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V19, setback from 50 feet to 10 feet, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, withdrawn at the request of the applicant. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. And seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion to withdraw variance request V19068.
I make a motion to withdraw V19068, reduce rear setback from 50 feet to 10 feet, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded that we approve variance, withdraw 68. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is item 069, reduce parking for proposed fuel station from 25 spaces to 23 spaces, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, withdrawn at the request of the applicant. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I would like to entertain a motion, please.
I move we withdraw V19-069, reduce parking for proposed fuel station from 25 spaces to 23 spaces, land lot 378, 2900 South Cobb Drive, Feroz Ali, applicant.
I second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded. Withdrawal of variance request V19069. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is approval of License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the November 13th, 2019 License Variance Board meeting minutes.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly seconded that 2019. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Before we our attendees a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I would like to declare this meeting adjourned at 10:39 a.m. Thank you. How you doing? Okay, thank you so much. I was going to ask Tina,